Most people don't believe in ghosts and goblins, and neither did Jack and Janet Smurl, a well-adjusted middle-class couple in a small Pennsylvania town, until the haunting began. Well, they called in some Ghostbusters, and we've brought them in to talk to us today. First of all, the story of the Smurls is in this book called The Haunting, and our guests, Ed and Lorraine Warren, have tried to help the Warrens adjust to the problems that they've had with the hauntings, with Smurls, excuse me. But you haven't had any luck.
No, we've had 3 exorcisms which have been unsuccessful. Many people don't realize that sometimes you have to perform as many as 30 exorcisms before something will really be effective.
You've worked on other cases now.
Yes.
One in which most people know about, the Amityville, which turned into the movie, the Amityville Horror. How did you get involved with something like this? We
were called in by Channel 5 news team out of New York because we worked with Marvin Scott 2 years before in a haunted church in New Jersey. When we went over there, what we found was that indeed there were hauntings taking place of a diabolical nature.
Oh, like they not only saw ghosts, but things were happening to them. They were levitated in the air. They were attacked.
They were levitated, Julie, just as the Smurls were levitated. People say, these things don't happen. That's why I brought film with me, which shows a girl levitating out of her bed in one of our cases across the room, which we'll be showing tonight on television here.
On Live at 5.
And the Smurls levitated not only once, but 2 or 3 times, to my knowledge, as well as the mother-in-law.
Unless you actually see it, though, how are you really supposed to believe it? And even when we do see it in the film, how are we supposed to know this really happened?
Well, again, if you read the book, The Haunted, you'll find that there are priest names, there are college professors, ourselves, numerous credible people that you could go to for information pertaining to that case and the levitations and whatever else did happen there.
Now, the book can be frightening. Some people will find it frightening because it goes into graphic detail about things that happen.
Sure.
And you have to ask, first of all, is it true? On the other hand, why these people? Could it be me? Where do demons strike?
Demons will strike any person at any time if they open up doors that will allow it. God does not allow demons or devils to strike you just at will. You must in some way open up a door.
Well, the Smurls believed in God, and they had the holy water, which they'd sprinkle in the room when a demon appeared, they said.
Even Padre Pio, who was one of the most holy and pious men that the earth has ever seen, was tempted and physically harmed by demons and devils, let alone the Smurls.
Then why would the demon pick on such a religious person?
Simply because they are religious. This is a hated image to them. The Smurls moved into a home which had what we call an aura of disaster about it. It was known for years that this house was haunted, but the Smurls didn't pay attention to that. They were religious people with very strong convictions. They moved in. For the first 10 years, small things happened that could be abnormal, but they weren't. And then, of course, when the great infestation took place, they knew what was happening.
And when you folks came in, actually, in one part of the book, you talk about when you go upstairs, and Lorraine, you actually envision the demon. What does it look like? And weren't you scared to death?
Yes, I was scared to death. For some reason, people seem to feel that we're immune to the fright of what can occur to us in these homes. We are not immune to that at all.
Well, what did the demon look like?
The demon looked like a solid black mass, like a huge, monstrous, hooded figure, which was almost identical to what the Smurls had seen many times in the home, and what many other families have seen in homes like this that are diabolically infested. But the very first day, Julie, the very first afternoon we ever went in the home, it is our job to evaluate, is this really happening to these people, or is it their imagination? So Ed provoked it. He used religious provocation, which as a religious demonologist would be his job in documenting our case. He played the Ave Maria in this home.
Right, and that brought the demon out.
And that provoked it. And we had the rattling on the bureau of all the items, the mirror pulling itself away from the wall.
You got to know some people are going to think you're a little crazy.
Well,
we know a lot of people think a lot of people are crazy, but look at the evidence.
Yes, but it isn't a case of what I'm saying. It's a case of the evidence of numerous individuals who have been there and witnessed it.
Well, thank you very much.